Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 9 of Factorio. Just me today. Sorry guys, no Soren. He's a little bit busy, but he'll probably be back next episode. So today I get to do a whole bunch of things wrong and he can yell at me. That's pretty much my plan for today. But before we get into that, why don't I show you guys a couple cool things that we've got set up. So you remember last episode we were looking at roboports. So Soren did a little bit off camera that I kind of wanted to show you guys. So I want to make sure to recap today so you understand what they are. So as you remember, we set up roboports, and you can see some robots flying around here. Now, if we take a look at what's available to be crafted, there's a couple cool things here that I want to show you. So there's logistics robots, and there's construction robots. These two guys do two different tasks. Construction robots can build and repair things. Now, remember before we were also storing some stuff in here like repair packs. Because we've researched the logistics network, which is somewhere in here as a completed research. Where is logistics? I think it's one of these guys. Logistics robots have been researched. That's cool. Logistics system. So we did these researches. I forget if they were on camera or off camera last time, but it's something we definitely got focused on. So what logistics allows you to do is have chests that the robots can access and transfer items around with. So we're going to go into that in a moment here. But as you can see, we've got our 4 roboports all hooked up, and because their orange boundaries overlap, they can all kind of talk to each other and interact with each other. What's in the orange is the supply area. That's where the logistics robots can operate and supply things and transfer items from one inventory to another. The green area is the construction area. That's where the construction robots are allowed to operate. The green area obviously being larger than the supply area, and you can see that on the right-hand side. Cool. Now, as you can see, some stuff's being attacked over there, and if you look real closely, you should see a robot flying over. There's something with a little damage bar there, and it gets repaired. Nice. So the construction robots are able to repair, but even more importantly, they're able to build things, which is cool. So let's come down here and pretend like we're getting attacked. Okay? So we'll pretend this thing gets destroyed. Oh no, it's being attacked. It's actually going to take a moment to kill. Dun, 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 dun. It's been destroyed. Oh no! So what's going to happen? One of the logistics robots, if there's laser turrets available in a chest that they can operate and interact with, can actually come over and place a new laser turret in its place. So construction robots, aside from being able to repair things, if they have access to the thing that gets destroyed, can actually place it down and replace it. So anytime any of these nasty spitter monster robot enemy dude things comes over by and says, hey, I'm going to destroy your stuff, Direwolf, because I am evil, we're going to go ahead and replace that laser, which is cool. And it'll also, of course, repair any damage. So again, here's one that just got attacked by some biters, and boom, it got repaired by one of my construction robots. How cool is that? I'm excited about it. So how do we supply things to the logistics network? Well, there's a couple logistics chests available. So if we look in here, you can see there's 4 of them. There's the active provider chest that tells the robots to take whatever's in here and get rid of it and put it somewhere. There's the passive provider chest. This just says anything in here is available for you guys to come get. And then there's the requester chest. You can say, hey, keep this inventory filled with a certain number of items. And then finally, there's the storage chest, long-term storage for logistics system. Actually, not 100% sure what that's for, but it's cool. So if we take a look here, more things getting attacked. That's okay. The only thing that we don't have covered by a logistics system is that iron mining system over there on the left, but that's okay. So what we've set up is a couple things here. Remember, I used to have to manually supply science packs. Well, notice that there's a bunch of logistics robots flying back and forth and putting stuff in this inventory. So if we take a look in the green chest, for example, it just placed a science pack in the requester chest. So remember, I told you you can configure the requester chest for what's trying to be kept in there. So right now, we're trying to keep about 200 science packs in this requester chest. So the robots will go out, the logistics robots that is, and try and find any inventories that have green science packs. Now they have to be a passive provider chest. Passive provider chests are what the robots can access to get things. So you can see we've got a bunch of cool stuff going on. Let's get ourselves a few more logistics robots. It's going to take a minute to craft. That's okay. But while that's happening, I'll show you that we've also got a passive provider chest set up with the blue science packs. So you can see the robots are coming by. They're like, oh, look, there's some blue science packs ready. I'll grab them and fly them over. Dun, 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 dun. And wind up dropping them into the blue science pack chest, which is up here as an active or requested chest. So we're trying to keep 200 blue science packs in there. You know, obviously, as soon as they're put in there, they're placed on the conveyor belt. We're not currently doing research, so that's why it's kind of backlogging a little bit. Neat though, right? So finally, we've got the passive provider chest. This is what's going to be made available to our construction robots. So construction robots can also access passive provider chests, and you'll see we've got some repair packs and some laser turrets in there. If we look in our inventories here, we can see that these assembly machines, there you go, are producing laser turrets, and assembly machine here is producing repair packs. And this was actually pretty easy to set up and kind of tap into. The same thing that's making solar panels for us is now also able to do this. So what it does is we just use the same thing that was making electronic circuits, and we've got the repair packs, which are just electronic circuits and iron gears. So we just had to create an iron gear thing here. And then this guy here just requires some batteries, some electronic circuits, and some steel plates. So obviously we've got steel plates lined up right here, coming off this production line of steel plates. The electronic circuits coming out of the same place. And then batteries, I think I've been manually placing them in. But obviously we can just run a splitter line off here, bring it down, and then start automatically filling these guys up. Pretty cool, if I do say so myself. And I do, because it is cool. Let me go snag some batteries out of here. And I swear, every time Soren decides to replace a chest or do something, he forgets to, like, lock down how many can go in there. I had to fix that like 6 times on Soren's chests. So that's pretty much what we're looking at. So passive provider chests are basically anything in this chest, the logistics robots, either for crafting or for whatever, what have you, are able to go in there and actually, do something with. Pretty neat. I like it. So we're definitely going to be obviously having a lot of fun. Also, these guys do require power, so you'll notice they will go over here and get recharged every now and then. So as these guys start to, run out of power, they might recharge themselves at the roboports. You'll notice that as we mouse over here, there's a energy meter. It's kind of hard to see. I don't know if there's I just picked them up. I don't know if there's a good way to see it without just trying to keep your mouse over it, but now where did he go? There he is. There's my robots. So remember I made a couple a moment ago. Cool. So the more robots you have, obviously, the more automation you can do with these things. Obviously, they just went and grabbed a bunch of the green science packs, and they're going to carry them up there. So logistics robots transfer items around. Construction robots can build and repair things. That's the basic gist of the system that we've got set up here. Cool. So right now, we've currently got ourselves to the point where we're having a decent amount of resources come in. We're still, okay, good. We're backlogging on iron just a little bit. That's what I wanted to see. I went ahead and dumped, because we were having a little bit of iron production issues, I went ahead and dumped a bunch of iron in here. I'm curious if it's burned through it. It's burned through most of it, so that's cool. Awesome. So now our current holdup is these things. That's fine by me. We'll let that continue. Obviously, more blue science packs, the better, because it lets us research cool stuff. Let's see if there's anything good we can research right now that maybe won't use blue science, or maybe not too much blue science. We can get the assembly machine 3. That has, I think, a slightly better crafting speed than the assembly machine 2, and it has more module upgrades available. Explosives might not be a terrible thing. Let's research explosives. That should be a quick and easy one. Just red and green science packs. So what I'm going to do is come back here in a minute as we get ready to decide what we're going to build for this episode. I might want to start working on some kind of advanced and really cool stuff. Better armor, maybe? I think that might be a good idea. Oh yeah, see? They're coming out here and they're attacking us quite a bit. I think I need to go take the fight to the aliens. That might not be a bad idea. So we'll come back in a minute. You know what I would like to do? Let's try this. I want to make a passive provider chest real quick. And I want to snag, I should have some fast inserters, good. I'm going to put this guy right here. And one thing that can definitely be a nuisance is crafting these guys. These red circuits, they take a really long time. So let's get this set up. I'm going to put this here. And I'm going to lock this down so it only keeps like one stack of them. And we'll come back in a minute when this has filled itself up. So we've gone ahead and made a few advanced circuits here. Now, one of the cool things is that we also researched something called player logistics slots. And I think I was teasing Soren for doing it because It wasn't exactly what I would say is a priority, because we didn't have a lot of blue things at the moment, but that's okay. I'll go ahead and show it to you guys because it is kind of cool. Player logistics slots allows your player to act like a requester chest, so you can keep a certain amount of items at all times. So for example, I could set this thing to keep, I don't know, 30 of these advanced circuits in my inventory at all times. So now what should happen, you'll notice I have about 9 of them sitting there. The logistics robots should come by and get these passive provider chest red circuits and start putting them in my inventory. Let's see if I did this right. Oh, look at that. Cool. He did. He brought me one. So obviously, I don't have a huge logistics robot network right now. There's still a ton of these guys running around doing a whole bunch of important stuff otherwise, but these guys will pretty much keep about 30 of these in my inventory at all times, and they'll always come out and find me, fill my inventory with these 30 advanced circuits, obviously being provided from this passive provider chest. Pretty neat. So if I ever wanted to keep certain things on my character at all times that are hard to craft, like the red circuits here, might not be terribly difficult. I think that's kind of cool. So what I might even do, we'll see. It would be cool if I could do it for both green and red. But I don't want to stress my robots too much at the moment. Currently, they're doing a lot of other tasks and whatnot, so I don't want to have them, being too worried about my player being kept full of items. But it is a neat idea that I can keep my inventory full of stuff. Cool. So we'll let that continue along. What did I want to work on at this moment? Let's do more research. Let's see what we got here. Insert item stack size bonus. Oh, flammables. Sure, why not? And we'll be back in a minute. Oh yeah, I want to do power armor. That's right. So let's see what kind of armor in production we've got here. I could get modular armor, the power armor. Cool. 40 processing units, 20 electrical engine units, and 10 alien artifacts. All right, so we don't quite have that, but we could do basic modular armor. That just requires 5 processing units. Oh, look at that, 30 advanced circuits. Well, that's cool. That's exactly how much I said to keep on my character. So let's take a look at processing units. What's involved in making these guys? Oh, they need sulfuric acid. 20 electronic circuits, 2 advanced circuits, and some sulfuric acid. Cool. Am I producing sulfuric acid anywhere? I don't know that I am. Is this sulfuric? Yes, it is. We are producing it. Okay, cool. But that's tapped directly into here. So that's... Okay, that's our sulfuric acid production. That's going directly into battery production. Interesting. So how might I want to handle that? Do I want to move my battery production or make another sulfuric plant? Because obviously we would need another chemical plant making... So that's water and petroleum gas. Cool, fun times. Alright, how's everything going here, by the way? Heavy oil's pretty darn full at this point. Light oil's pretty darn empty because I'm converting it all into petroleum. Heavy oil, by the way, can be cracked down into light oil, but clearly I don't have the resources to do that at the moment. And of course, we're using it for lubricant as well. Interesting. What are you waiting on? Engine units? What are you waiting on? Steel? Cool. One of these days I'll get my logistics robots to handle my steel distribution, but for now, it's okay. Alright, we'll be back in a minute. Let me figure out how I would like to start producing those blue circuits. Alright guys, so here's what I came up with. I'm going to rearrange this chemical plant, and we'll have this guy here. This will be configured to make batteries again, and then we just need that to occur. So that'll keep our iron and copper full there. You can also see, by the way, I just installed the new RoboPort. Cool. So wanted to make sure this could access, and I of course increased the range up here of things, so much cleaner. We will then probably wind up doing the following. Let's get some of these guys. We're probably going to still need him, so we'll put you there. Do I have any just normal pipes laying around? I do not, but I do now. So we'll do... Thank you, industrial logistics robots, keeping me full of 50 advanced circuits all the time. The RoboPorts cost 50 advanced circuits, so that's why, well, 45, so that's why I bumped it up to 50. Nice. So this thing can run again, which is what we want to see. Wonderful. And now we should be able to produce the, we'll get the chemical plant, right? I know I made one of those extra here. And yeah, this looks like a decent place for it. Obviously, he'll need power. And you're going to be responsible for making... Are you not? Oh, it's made in assembly machines. Okay. Gotcha. Can I not rotate assembly machines? That's weird. I can't rotate it. Well, that's annoying. It always has to go on the top there like that? Brutal. Alright, so what I can do then probably is... There we go. Nice. So that'll keep the sulfuric acid in. Not terrible. Not ideal, but not terrible. And then we just need electronic circuits and advanced electronic circuits. So what we should probably consider having, and this is so far away from any other production line. Let's do this. Let's put our requester chest here. We're also going to want a provider chest. But for now, we'll do a requester chest. And we'll tell him to keep electronic circuits times 100 and U times 100. There we go. So those robots should start now deciding to fly over here with those. And then we need a way to provide those. So what's a good, less commonly used line? So we'll make this thing down here our provider chest. We'll do a passive provider chest. Well, you know, this is already a passive provider, isn't it? Yeah, let's do this. No, let's not do that. Let's do... Yeah, so you're not going to be able to do that. Nope, didn't think so. You're just going to be a nuisance, aren't you? Let's do this. And we'll do... you and you. Cool. And you. There we go. And then we can do this. Perfect. So now we'll keep these guys supplied. Nice. So you decided to bring me some more of that. That's cool. You're going to carry those over there. There is a research, by the way. Maybe I'll do it now. Logistics robot cargo size. It's 200 of the blues. But how are we doing on blues at this point? We should have a decent amount. Yeah, I mean, we might as well do that. This will allow them to carry more than one item at a time, which obviously is huge, right? So we'll let that start going. Nice. So you're good to go now. That's cool. And of course, having more logistics robots definitely helps too. Nice. And then all we need is an output chest. So we'll make this the provider, passive provider. And we'll say, but only up to 1 stack's worth. Cool. So you need what, more greens probably? Yeah, you need 20 green electric circuits. Holy cow. That's a lot of green circuits. Cool. Alright, so we'll come back in a minute. Let's let the robots do their thing. 20 green circuits. That's a lot of green circuits. But that's what we've got going on. Alright, we'll be back in a minute. Alright guys, so clearly I am using a lot, and I mean a real lot, of liquids. Now, previously we were doing basic oil processing. Oil will produce 3 heavy, 3 light, and 4 petroleum gas. But one of our researchers recently got us advanced oil processing, which produces 1 heavy, 4.5 light and 5.5 petroleum, so much better. However, this does require oil to be piped in as well as water. So we're going to need to get ourselves a water supply. Now, how is this stuff on crude oil? Not terrible. I might want a new crude oil pipe, but this thing doesn't look too bad. So you're getting your crude oil, I would assume. Oh, that's the... Oh, really? I hate you. There we go. So now we've got crude oil. So where is a good water source? Is this water? This is water. We don't really have a... We could pipe it straight... Ooh, yeah, let's do that. Let's just grab a nice old water pump. So where is one of those? Offshore pump? Yeah. I'm going to stop crafting what I'm crafting at the moment. And then let's make sure we have some pipe to ground. And let's run outside real quick. You know what I wouldn't mind having is a gate. Can I make one of those real quick? Oh yeah, that was easy. Sweet. Gates are cool. So really we just want this right here, right? So if we have our offshore water pump coming right in here, this line straight over there. Now we want it to be one lower. That should be cool. And then let's get ourselves some of this. So we should be able to do right into here. Nice. So that'll wind up producing more petroleum and light oil and less heavy oil, which is probably a good thing. Because wow, do we have a lot of heavy oil, and we have a very small, almost insignificant amount of petroleum and light oil, to the point where I'm actually going to break this connection here. We've got this big old storage tank of heavy oil. I'm going to see if I can get another chemical plant and break that down some more. So there's our chemical plants. How would you guys feel about... Boy, this thing is really tight. Is this the light oil going in? Yeah, it is. I don't like any part of that. Wow, those things are nasty. All right, let me see here. If I did that, and we configured this guy to be heavy oil cracking to light oil, so that needs water in this side. Brutal, I know. This is all water, right? Yeah. I could do this. This doesn't look terribly hard. Well, I'm lying. It totally does look terribly hard, but... Is this some kind of output? Can I output from here? Yeah, I can. That's what's up. Nice. And then water goes in here, and then we could output right around to here. Right? So we could light oil to here, and that would be cool. Nice. Except I've kind of trapped myself, but I just need to get water in here, and then we're good. That's not terrible. That is not terrible at all. Just need to figure out how I'm going to do that. So I'll come back in a minute. There we go. So that is water going in from here. I know. Someone's going to yell at me. But this should at least start burning through our oil here. So now we'll start breaking down what's in this tank into light oil, and that should just help speed up, because everything I'm doing right now uses petroleum gas. Like, I'm barely using heavy oil. Obviously using a bit. That's what's stored in this tank at the moment. But that's okay. That should start breaking down a little bit. Maybe I'll reconnect these guys. It's not terrible. That'll at least let this thing run some more, because this thing stops running when there's nowhere for it to dump its heavy oil that it's producing. So we'll let that go, and now we're cool. So we'll be right back. So I think then that I'm good if I have some of these, nice, to make basic modular armor. Let's get to crafting. So that's actually not terribly hard to make. And basic modular armor, oh look at these guys, so helpful, bringing me a bunch of advanced circuits. Basic modular armor allows you to make a whole bunch of cool stuff. Personal laser defense, that's definitely something I'll probably want to put into my armor, but I'll show you what it's all about in a minute here. We're probably going to want to research a few things around basic modular armor as well. But let's see, I should be able to replace the armor that I'm currently wearing. And I think if I right click on it, yes. So right mouse button to open, you can see it has a bunch of durability, some resistances, and a grid size. So modular armor allows you to put a bunch of modules into this grid space here that basically allow your armor to have different attributes and different cool things. Let's see, my research is still going, but I'd be interested to see. So the energy shield, that's actually not hard to get at all. And yeah, Energy Shield Mark II is a little bit harder, but once my logistics robot cargo size is done, I should be able to get an energy shield, which would be cool. But let's get personal laser defense. You'll notice here that there's a little bit of information underneath. Right where it's underneath the laser turret requirement, it says can be inserted into armor, dimensions 2x3. So that's how much space it's going to have taking up inside your armor here. It'll be a 2x3 space. So if we make one of these, you can see it's going to need a few lasers, but that's okay. You know, let's just like snag. Oh, you stinker. I should probably configure these guys so that they can really only put electronic circuits in here, but I'll tweak that in a minute. You can stop crafting now. Now make one. Thank you. And in a minute or so, logistics cargo size should be done. It's obviously we're waiting on the blue ones because A, I'm stealing my... Oh yeah, you're there? Cool. That's not smart. I did wind up changing this configuration so that these guys get the advanced circuits before this one. The inserter is slower than the fast inserter. So what he'll do is he'll grab it only if this thing's not, you know, don't have enough advanced circuits. So watch, the fast inserter will snag it quicker than the inserter can move. Cool, right? So these guys always get first dibs on the circuits, but excess circuits wind up in the provider chest until it's full. Neat, right? So we'll let that run. Let's see, I should have my crafting completed so I can place personal laser defense in the grid. Nice. Now it's red, which means what? No electricity. Right, so we need a way of creating power for our armor as well. We're going to have to, I think, research that, aren't we? I think we want to get portable solar panels. So let's go ahead and give this thing a minute or two to finish logistics robot cargo size, and then I can start researching some of the things we're going to want for our power armor. And once we have power armor, we'll have a much better chance of surviving if we decide to go out and take the fight to the biters. So by the way, one more thing I want to talk about is our pump jacks are getting a little bit low. Oil reserves never completely dry up, I don't believe. At least that's the way it was last time I really played a lot in this game. But they will slow down significantly. So you'll see this pump jack is really only producing a very small amount of crude oil, 0.1 per second. And this is only producing 0.7 per second. So we're going to want to get this guy here, connect this here, and we'll probably want just a few of these, and you'll see he's producing 2 per second now. So obviously, you know, they're going to slow down to a point once their fuel reserves wear out, and you'll see this yield is 150, this yield is 150, this yield is 103. So the yield is what determines how much you'll get out of it. But overall, it looks like we're in good shape here. Let's go come back in a minute once this logistics robot cargo size is done. Alright, Logistics Robot Cargo Size 1 has been completed, which means all of our robots can now carry 2 of an item at a time instead of just 1. Or in other words, we just doubled the size of our logistics capabilities, right? Watch. When we snag items here, they should be able to grab 2 at a time, as you can just see there. Of course, this thing's filling it up really quickly, but you can see it's quickly snagging 2 at a time there, which is cool. So I'm pretty excited about that. It means that our logistics robots are going to be that much more useful going forward. If we come up here and check, we should see like 2 of these getting populated in at a time. Of course, they're probably going to be snagged pretty quickly too, but you can see 2 in there 2, 2, 2. It's blinking real fast, right? But it's 2. So that's neat. Let's get energy shield. Research, please. We'll be back in a minute when research is complete. Energy shield complete. Let's research portable solar panels. Energy shields, by the way, require 5 advanced circuits and 10 steel plates. Very quick and easy to make because I'm supplying myself with circuits all the time. Alright, now that solar panels are done, I'm going to research battery equipment. Alright, so the first type of power generation is going to be solar only. There's a more advanced power generation equipment for your armor, but it requires blue research, and I'm just not going to get into it right now. But that should be our 5th one, so I can, I believe, create a portable solar panel, which, by the way, has a 1x1 dimension. And I also researched batteries, which have a 1x2 dimension, so we're going to make one of those. It's only some batteries and some steel, so they're actually not too hard to make, which is nice. I'll actually get 2 batteries. That would probably be a good idea. So let's insert into our armor our portable solar cell. We'll pop this guy down here. You know what? Actually, maybe I want him to be here, because I think my shield is a 2x2, isn't it? Nice. Look at that. So we'll put the solar panels here. And you'll notice that I now have a bar at the bottom. That, I believe, is my shield. Yep, see that bar showing up? So let's wait until it's daytime, because solar panels, right? And I guess while I'm at it, I'll also insert into my armor those 2 batteries I just made. Cool. So you can see we have this information about my armor. Shield capacity 50, battery capacity 2.0 kilojoules, solar panel power 10 watts. Solar panels are not terribly the greatest, but like I said, there's better stuff coming soon. I did throw some stuff in here to go ahead and start producing, you know, some more solar panels so that I can craft more. It requires 5 solar panels per one in the suit. So we'll come back in a minute when it's daytime, and then we're probably going to have to wrap up the episode. Alright, we're back, and it's daytime, and I am charging up with solar panels. Where's my portable solar panel? I'm going to make another one of them. And you can see down at the bottom side here, I've got this little energy bar showing up. So that's my current suit's shield level. So if I were to go out and fight enemies, I have a personal shield now that protects me from damage. Now, it's a pretty small one because we have pretty, low-level armor, but the next tier of armor is going to have more slots available, which means I can put more stuff in there, which is cool. We can get a portable fusion reactor, which is like a huge amount of power. I think that thing's really expensive. 100 processing units and 30 alien artifacts. Wasn't lying when I said it was expensive, because holy cow it is. But you can also get an Energy Shield Mark II. That requires 10 energy shields. Not too bad, and 10 processing units. That's not terrible. That might just be like a better energy shield. Obviously, there's better batteries. Those require 10 batteries and 20 processing units, but it's still 1x2, so it's just better stuff. I wouldn't mind maybe having basic exoskeleton equipment. This allows you to run faster, which is cool. It does require 30 electric engines to craft, and 200 watts of energy consumption, but it gives you a 30% movement bonus. Neat. So let's insert into our armor another portable solar panel. Sweet. So you can see here, personal defense, you can see the electricity is kind of low, but I think that's because our batteries currently don't have anything stored in them. I think the priority is the energy shield. So you can see his electricity is charging up. Cool. His shield is full. Now the personal laser defense is getting his electricity that he needs, and then the batteries will start filling up with electricity. Awesome. That is cool. I like it. So we will come back next time. Oh, you can see on the bottom right, here's my little energy meter. Right down there by my armor. So that's the current overall energy capacity of our armor. If I were to make a couple more batteries, obviously, it would fill them up as well. So the batteries will charge your personal laser defense and your energy shield. Obviously, we'll probably want a few more solar panels in our armor. So that's, not a big deal. We can work towards that. What am I missing to craft more solars? Copper. Okay, I can manage that. So I'm just going to craft a few of these manually. Obviously, the manual process was working well too, but no big deal. That'll be about 10. That should be 2 more personal solars. Nice. All right, so we will come back next time, and I think we're getting close to the point where we want to take the fight to the biters, because they are getting really annoying. I'm going to start upgrading things like bullet damage and maybe some of the other things we might want. I might want to research rocketry, so I can have some missile launchers and shoot them at the enemy biter things, and, we'll see. But for now, Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.